want to talk about is, you know, obviously I've touched on the physical, I've touched on the mental, and honestly there'll be like another 500 videos touching on those later. But what I wanted to kind of talk about is almost the things that kind of lead up to those emotional, mental aspects. So something I really struggled with was the size of my leg, like what my leg became, should I say. Because obviously being braced for so long and having this injury for so long and not weight bearing for so long, we're going on nearly 4 months now of me not walking. I've lost all the muscle in my leg. You know, my leg is pretty much just bone. I'll show you some photos. And something that I really struggled with, this is my leg. It looks like a pencil. And this is the bottom of my leg compared to my arm. So something that I really struggled with, you know, my small leg, was that I would constantly start to compare my right leg to my left leg. And what came with that was very bad body dysmorphia. I would look at my left leg, I would measure my left leg, the circumference, you know, of my thigh and above my knee and, you know, all that stuff. And then, you know, I'd measure this leg and I'd be like, yuck, my leg is fat. And my legs aren't fat, you know, and I'm happy with that. Like, I've worked hard to make sure that I liked my legs. And so that was something that was really hard to process and deal with, because still to this day, I look at my right leg and I'm like, yuck, you're fat, you know. And it's because all I have now to compare my right leg to is my left leg, which is the size of my arm. And, you know, what comes with that as well is the feeling of being disconnected from a part of your body. And that is something that you just really don't know how to deal with. You know, because for me, I can't walk, I can't stand, I can't, you know, properly bend it. I can't, you know, do anything without this motherfucker attached to me. And so, you know, I feel very disconnected from my leg, and that is a hard thing to know how to deal with. I love my leg, you know, I'm at peace with my injury, but, you know, honestly, if I didn't have tattoos on my leg, I wouldn't think it was my leg, because, you know, you feel disconnected. In saying that as well, you know, saying I can't walk, I can't do anything with my leg, those feelings then come with I'm useless. I can't do anything for myself. I can't do anything for anyone else, you know, like my beautiful baby boy Baxter. Like, this is him. He's my whole life. I can't walk him unless I'm in a wheelchair, and, you know, going around the block in a wheelchair, it's exhausting. You know, and then I come home and my leg's irritated, and, you know, but walking him, that's worth it for me. But, you know, I miss running around with him outside. I miss taking him to the beach. I miss, you know, going to the forest and running amok with him. Like, you know, so that also adds into it. I feel like a bad mum. He has Kate. I'm so glad he has Kate. I'm number one mama. End of. But, you know, I'm very glad he has Kate, because I can't do anything for him, you know. And that's been nearly 4 months of me not being able to walk him. So that then takes its toll. It's like, you know, I can't clean my own room. Honestly, that's probably a bonus with this injury, to be completely honest. So we'll just skip that. I hate cleaning. I don't like cleaning. So honestly, but, you know, like if I wanted to go and empty the dishwasher, so that someone else doesn't have to do it. I can't do it, you know? So you do start to feel very useless. Now, you know, another thing is everyone will see you naked. Everyone. Like, do you think I want my titties out in front of my mum? No. But I have to be okay with that. You know, when I had the accident, they had to remove my wetsuit and, you know, my pants and stuff. Was I comfortable with that? No, but I had to be. You know, it like when I was in hospital, I physically could not get to the toilet. I had to sit on a seat and pee. Fortunately for me, I was constipated, so I didn't have to shit in a cardboard bucket thing. But, you know, for me as a 26-year-old, that felt humiliating, you know. And that was only in front of Kate and my mum, you know, but it still felt like embarrassing for me because that's not something I've ever had to do. For example, when I got out of the hospital, my body was trying to get rid of all of the nasty ass drugs that were in my system. So, you know, I had the runs and it resulted in me having to wear an adult nappy, which honestly, I'm not embarrassed to talk about because it's not like I wear them for fun. You know, that's the first time I've ever had to wear it. I did not use it, to be very clear. No disrespect to anyone that uses them, but I just could not. But for me, it was more of a, because my tummy was so upset, and I'm on crutches. I've just had surgery. I physically cannot move that fast. So it was more just if it came on and I didn't get to the bathroom in time, I was safe. And that's all it was. Fortunately, that died down 2 days later. And I only wore a nappy once and I didn't use it. But, you know, for me, that felt very dehumanizing. And I felt like that really, you know, was really hard for me emotionally to have to be in a situation where I had to do that. You know, so like it's not just, you know, if you haven't gone through this injury, you might not understand, you know, but there are just so many things that, you know, it's not like I'm just lying here depressed because I can't do anything. Like, yes, obviously, but it's not like I'm just depressed because I've injured my leg and, you know, I'm out of the game for however many months. It is all these little things that you don't think of, and they all add up. All of them. They all add up. Okay? Imagine you're 26 and you go from being someone that was surfing most days and walking your dog most days and, you know, going on hikes and road trips and seeing the world and running at the beach and feeling the sand on your feet and, you know, catching waves and going to the skate park and just doing all these things constantly to being bedridden. You know, you don't, until you have the use of your leg taken away from you, you don't realize how much you take for granted. You know, walking to the toilet, all of these things. And I know I've said it before, but oh my God, you don't realize. So, you know, there are just so many things. It's like my leg. I can't shave this leg because all of my skin is coming off. And if I shave, I will probably shave off my skin. And I've seen that on horror movies. And I'm not about that. You know, but it's because my leg has been deprived of so much, you know, water, life, and so my skin, unfortunately, is, you know, and that happens. Everyone on the page that I'm on, you know, they've all dealt with the peeling skin. I kind of look like a lizard, but, you know, lizards are cute.